The other countries that wonder and say that Americans are just fat and lazy and they don't do anything to better themselves. This is what $115 gets you. Let me show you. We were able to get some Ritz crackers, one thing of cereal, some ramen, more ramen, tuna, bag of potatoes, a few avocados, some snacks, desserts, 2 bags of chips, ice creams, pizza rolls, some sausage biscuits, one thing of Dr. Pepper. All of this for $115. We're not making it. This is going to feed my kids for less than a week. And this doesn't include any dinners. There are no dinners here. This is lunch and snacks. I don't know how people are making it. It's hard out there.
I'm in Walmart. I'm seeing a lot of rollback, but I'm not seeing these prices rolling back. These always been $12. This always been $15. So what you mean rollback? This is the fluke. This always been $20. See, yeah, this is how they get you, cause you trying to sit up here. See, like this always been $13. What the price before? $1 off? You know what? You know what, Walmart? You could have kept that.
Inflation was crazy, but never did I ever just spend $20 on some eggs and a jar of peanut butter. $20 on a jar of peanut butter and some fucking eggs. This shit is insane. Get that man out the office. What the fuck?
I am moving back into my parents' house at 23 years old, and let's fucking talk about it. I got this apartment about a year ago, and I had just graduated college. I graduated with a Bachelor in Arts of Psychology with a minor in Creative Writing and English. Now, I'm sorry, but a 4-year psychology degree is absolutely useless unless you go forward with it. I didn't have money nor time to go forward with it, so I wanted to get straight into the job field, and I could always go back to school. So I went and I got a sales job, a corporate sales job. And it was obviously a 9 to 5 every single day, Monday through Friday. And if anyone who works in sales knows that your first year absolutely sucks. I could not afford my own rent and my student loan payment just on the salary alone. It was around $47K, just to be fully transparent. It wasn't around, it was $47K, sorry. And before anyone fucking says, oh, you weren't working, I worked 7 days a week. I got a part-time job serving on the weekends. So I would do Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, working in Jamaica, Queens, and going door to door. Not a good area, especially when you don't know how to parallel park, because I'm from Long Island. Anyways, going there Monday through Friday, I would drive back in around 2 hours worth of traffic, and then on Saturday and Sunday, I would go and serve at a restaurant all day a double. And that still was barely getting me by. So I hated the job so much. I was like, okay, this is like, I could make this somewhere else. I might as well find another job. I've wanted to be a teacher for a while now. I haven't been able to afford to go back to school. So I'm now a preschool teacher, right? Which I work Monday through Friday, actually 8 to like 6 o'clock sometimes. It really depends on the day. Usually it's 5:30, but 6 o'clock is how it goes. I also keep that serving job on the weekends because I cannot afford to live. I cannot afford to live. I do not hang out with friends. I don't go out very often. I'm also not a drinker, so I don't go out and anything like that, right? I still cannot afford to live. I'm draining my savings, which I don't want to be doing in my 20s. I'm 23 years old. I want to be building my savings at anything. So I decided to move back with my parents for a year. I was very against it because me and my parents, we get along, but from a distance. But it was my last option, and the cost of living is absolutely insane despite working 7 days a week. If I even tried to get another job, it would have to be an overnight shift somewhere. That's not manageable when I have to get up as early as I do. It makes me mad when people say, oh, like, Gen Z is so lazy. I promise you I'm the least thing from lazy. I have a crippling fear of not doing enough. I actually hate not having something to do. I can't just relax and watch TV. I don't even watch TV unless my boyfriend's here. I am always cleaning. I am always doing something, or I am working. I never just sit down and relax. I think it's an anxiety thing. But at 23 years old, having a full-time job with benefits and all, I should be able to afford my living situation. Yet I can't, and I'm not the only one who has this shit. Any entry-level job is not enough money to live on. And it sucks. It sucks. I'm going back to school to get my master's, and that is why I'm moving back with my parents, because I will not be able to work 7 days a week while taking a full thing of classes. Yay, so fun.
You in McDonald's and you see these chicken tenders, don't get them. They're so trash. And if you're saying that they're good, dude, please go to Cane's. Please go to Cane's. Bruh, yesterday I was so cooked that I went to McDonald's. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, McDonald's, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, McDonald's is cool. I go to McDonald's sometime. It happens, bro. I was cooked last night. I was like, you know what? Let me go to McDonald's. And I usually always get the same thing. I always get the hot and spicy McChicken or the chicken nuggets. Sometime I'll get a McDouble. But I really don't deviate from those things. Like, I am pretty faithful to those items. But yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I was so cooked. I'm like, let me try these McChicken tenders or whatever they got that I've been seeing being advertised. When I tell y'all, these chicken tenders were so fucking trash. These were the middest chicken tenders I have ever, and I know somebody on this app has reviewed chicken tenders, whatever they're called, bro. I don't even care what they're called, bro. First of all, they were ginormous. But look, bro, these were some nasty, they were chewy as fuck. They were like overly seasoned in some weird way. They were just too big, pause. Just didn't taste good, bro. And like, I'm just like, why did I pay for this bullshit? I should have just stuck to what I knew.
When did fast food become so expensive? Go to Wendy's and a Baconator combo is $16. $16? If I'm paying $16 for a fast food combo, Wendy better be in that meal. Pigtails and all, Wendy better come with that meal.
I love how random this page is. I just went to Popeyes and I got a 2-piece chicken dark meat. And I think it was a meal combo. It cost me $16. Before that, I don't really eat a lot of fast food, but before that, I had gone once and this combo was $6, and that was just a couple days ago. Turns out they were running a promo, and this being $16, it didn't hit as much as the $6 one. I still ate it. I still devoured it. I ate everything. But how much does it cost where you live? Is it really $16 for a 2-piece chicken combo? That's way too much. What are we doing?
So I moved from California to Florida last year. And in Florida, your car registration is due the month of your birthday. So I just got my car registration in the mail, expecting to cringe as I opened it. For backstory, in California, I was paying like $700 and something a year for my car registration. In Florida, my registration is $47.05 for 1 year for the same price of vehicle. I do have a different vehicle now, but it is the same price of vehicle that I had in California. So, love you, Southern California, but this is why we left.
I don't even eat McDonald's. The only thing I eat from McDonald's is the fries and the fucking ice cream cones and McFlurries. Why the fuck I was at McDonald's the other day trying to get 2 fries and 2 ice cream cones? That bitch told me it was $15.
Guys, I'm not buying Doritos or Smart Food or anything. Somebody has to tell me why $4.99 is a good sale, because a bag of chips costs $6.29. That's crazy.
I'm telling y'all right now, the next person I see with a red hat, they might just get a 1-2-piece. Because what do you mean? I just paid $15 for a watermelon. Not even at a regular store. This was at like the Mexican store. The store that's usually cheaper. I just paid $15 for a watermelon. And I can't not have gotten the watermelon because my kid is sick and dehydrated and mega constipated and he needs the watermelon. $15? $15!
What you're doing, this grocery store rant is about to get real. First of all, I think grocery stores have personal vendettas against you because they always rearrange things. I know it's a marketing thing, but it's a personal vendetta. I feel like every time I go in there, something has changed. You have your grocery store savings card, whatever you call it, bonus card, scanned and whatever. Now, why do we have to go in and scan the products in order to save an additional savings? If we already have the store card for your store, we shouldn't have to scan anymore. Why do they make us scan this? Why can't you just give me the extra $1? What's the point in having your card? Does that mean I don't need your card anymore? Because I have to have your card to get the low price, but if I want an even lower price, I have to scan in your card? What do you think? Does this happen to you too? Well, it does. Does it drive you crazy like it drives me crazy? Because it drives me crazy.
The year is 2009. The federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. You could buy a gallon of milk for 79 cents, a gallon of gas for $1. You could buy a ribeye steak for $3.99 a pound. You can go and get a family bucket of chicken, 4 large sides, some biscuits for $12. Fast forward to 2025. The federal minimum wage is $7.25. A gallon of gas is almost $4. A gallon of milk is almost $4. That same ribeye steak is $15.99 a pound on sale. You go to KFC and you get a bucket of that demon chicken with 4 large sides and some biscuits, and you're going to spend $50. Let that sink in. Liberty and justice for all. I don't think so.
So the true rate of unemployment is 24.3%, where the official rate is 4.2% from the government. This information comes from the Ludwig Institute for Shared Economic Prosperity, and that 24% of true unemployment comes from the population working 35 hours a week who wants one, has no job, or does not earn a living wage, which is around $25,000. In my opinion, the government lies about the unemployment rate as well as the inflation rates to help keep people calm. But the point is, if you are unemployed and you're trying to find a job, just know you're really not 1 out of 25 people. You're probably more like 1 out of 4 or 5 people.
This is for Chick-fil-A and Chick-fil-A only, so if you're not Chick-fil-A, you can keep on scrolling. I just bought this tiny ass sandwich for $9.50. Literally $9.50, just like this sandwich. Like, I didn't even change anything. What the fuck is going on? If I wanted to pay $10 for a sandwich, I would have gone somewhere else. I got the spicy deluxe just by itself, and it comes with tomatoes and lettuce. They charged me for tomatoes and lettuce. What the fuck? I guess this is the last time I'm buying from Chick-fil-A.
I just paid $25 to take my son some Chick-fil-A to school so I can eat with him. $25. Okay? This is why we're happy that he's president.
The way that I just spent $17 at Chick-fil-A because I didn't realize that their 10-count minis are $17. And don't get me wrong, I don't need 10 minis. 6 would be fine, but unfortunately, they only have a fucking 4-count and a 10-count, and I'm not gonna be fine off of 4. $17? You're joking.
Chick-fil-A, I have a question. What is the point of a cup this big with this much cheese? What's the point? Why is it so fucking expensive to have a cheese sauce that when you dip your fry in, only comes to right here on the fry? My camera is messed up. But what's the point? Look, that's the bottom. That's the bottom of the cup. My camera's messed up, y'all. What's the point?
Did y'all know that Wendy's don't got a 4 for $4 no more? What the fuck? Where the fuck have I been? What am I talking about? Did y'all know? Of course y'all knew. Of course. What am I even? I got on here like I'm about to surprise y'all. Of course y'all knew. I be seeing how some of y'all niggas is, some of y'all niggas disgusting. I be seeing how some of y'all eat. Y'all, a lot of y'all not gonna make it to 60. I'm telling y'all right now. A lot of y'all niggas about to start dropping life out. I'm seeing y'all faces and y'all wrists and y'all ankles get so, your wrist can only get so big before they gotta, you know what I'm saying? You can only have a cankle before it turn it, and then they gotta, nigga. But yeah, nah, so
But nah, so I get into the line. And I'm like, yeah, can I get a 4 for $4? She was like, oh, we got that, but it's not called that no more. I like, what's it called? She said $7. I said $7. I was like, what the fuck? She like, yeah, it's called the biggie bag there now. I was like, oh, so is more food? Is it bigger? She like, nah. I like, so wait, it's $7 like after tax? She like, nah, that's not. It's more. I like, so y'all doubled the price, and then y'all changed the name and called it bigger, but it's the same size. And then y'all said a deal, but y'all doubled the price. How is that? She like, well, first of all, I didn't do none of that. I was like, nigga, you're fucking Wendy's right now. You're Wendy. You that little white girl with red hair, freckles, that Pippi Long. That's you right now, nigga. You're Wendy. What the fuck is y'all doing? But nigga, crazy. I still bought it. It was good, but I see what y'all talking about with this inflation shit. That's wild.
Okay, it literally shocks me how expensive McDonald's is. I had like $14 in cash that I wanted to use, and I just needed to go get a couple little cheeseburgers, 4 single cheeseburgers, 4 single tiny cheeseburgers. It was, I thought I would be like, oh, no problem. I'll also get them a French fry. Maybe, I'll get a Diet Coke. You know, I was like, $14 should be fine with that. Nope. It was $14 for just 4 single cheeseburgers. I took the fry off and I didn't get a Diet Coke because I saw that it was going to be $19. I'm still thinking that they're either $1 or $1.50. And 4 of them would be like $8 or $9. No.
You can't tip $5 anymore. My friends and I in college, almost 30 years ago, we had a rule among us that when you go out to a restaurant, by ourselves as a group, whatever, you had to leave a minimum of $5 tip per person. So if you were just chilling and you got, a piece of pie and a drink, and at the time, I mean, that would cost you like $6, right? You had to leave $5 tip. No matter what you got, you had to leave $5 tip. If someone was working in the restaurant business as a server, you don't leave $1, you don't leave $2, you don't leave change. You gotta leave $5 tip. But I have now come to the conclusion that you can't leave the $5 tip anymore. It's gotta be $10. And I'm sticking to this rule, and I'm teaching my kids this because I was at this event this weekend and I had to eat lunch, so I went to one of the local eateries inside the Tropicana, and my bill was $24, and that was for wings and drink. So what is tip? What do you think? $24, $25, $5? No, you can't tip $5 anymore. I had to leave it 10. It was 24 plus tax, so it was like $27. But especially you're paying, you got to pay cash. You gotta leave a cash tip. You can't let the government get that. Don't listen to whoever's in charge right now saying that they're not going to tax tips. Employers tax tips. You gotta leave cash. So I think wherever you're going, no matter what you're spending, you spend $30 on a dinner, 20%, $6. No, it's gotta be 10. You're gonna disagree with me. I know people out there, but I worked 9 years in a restaurant, from everything from delivering pizzas to cooking to being a server to washing dishes. You do everything when you work in a restaurant, $10. You gotta tip $10 now.
I went to Subway today, and when it was time to pay, the lady took the little tip thing and turned it, and she was like, we're going to skip this. And I was just like, why? And she was like, girl, we don't see any of that money anyways. It goes straight to the owner. And she was like, so unless you see a jar, don't ever click the tip button. And I was like, you serious?
Does anyone else's job do this?
This question is for everyone that works in the service industry. Should we be tipping on takeout orders? I do believe in tipping because y'all don't get paid enough. It's not built into your wage. You get minimum wage, and if you do a good job and you're serving, you should be compensated for that. I 100% believe in tipping. You should be tipped. All my roommates work in the service industry. Now it's gone past a certain point though, where there's tip options for fast food, there's tip options at gas stations, there's tip options at all these other places. With inflation, my thing is, I think you shouldn't tip just because you did not eat at the restaurant. No one technically served you. So why would you tip? But then I have this feeling of guilt. Like last time I went to get sushi, went in to take it to go. I go to this place all the time. She smiled, gave me the machine, and was standing over me. And the tip option came up. I wanted to tip. Listen, if I had money, I would even tip on to-go orders. I would, but I don't have a ton of money. I have to be somewhat thrifty. I live in a very expensive city. So I looked at that and I was like, okay, well, if I tip her, she wasn't my waitress. I'm just picking up this order. I don't have to tip, right? That makes sense. Or is that frowned upon? You're not serving me, so why would I tip you? You know what I'm saying?
I need your opinion on the etiquette of tipping because I am lost. I feel like things changed and no one really taught what the etiquette was, and I personally feel lost. So I feel like growing up, tipping was for servers. Like if you went and sat down at a restaurant, you tip 15 to 20%. And then when you get like a haircut, you tip with haircuts. When you get your nails done, you tip with nails, salon. Those are the places that you tip. I feel like tipping has gotten a little out of hand, but I also feel like I don't know, because when it comes to like getting your lip filler done, I feel like back in the day, like when I first started getting my lips done, there was no tipping option. It was like, you're paying like $500 to $700 to get your lips done. There's no like tipping after. You're kind of like paying for that service. And then they ask you for like 20% on top of a $500 thing. Like, it's just crazy to me. So when it comes to that, I would love to hear from like girls that actually work in aesthetics, like what your opinion is on aesthetics and how much you should be tipping. And then for like laser hair removal, I feel like back in the day, you didn't tip. You were paying for the service. Like you would get a Groupon, you would pay for that, but there wasn't a tipping option after. You were just paying for what you're getting done, and it's an expensive service. So I would like to know that, because I got laser done today, and then the tipping options come and it's like 20% is like $50, and it's like $50 on top of it. Like, is that normal? What do you guys tip? I obviously think if you're getting a to-go order, I don't tip personally. Don't attack me, but I'm like, if I'm just grabbing my food to pick it up, I do not understand what I'm tipping for or who I'm tipping, because you're normally tipping your server. So there's no service being provided. I'm just picking up food. Like if I'm not tipping, it's not going towards the person that made my food. So who am I tipping? I feel like I don't tip for that. I will tip at a coffee shop because someone's making, I don't know, I think it goes to the person that's making your coffee. So like I tip a few dollars. I think certain places that are retail that do tipping, insane. There's no way. I don't know. I'm lost. Things changed and no one talked about it.
Is the economy that bad that I can't even afford shopping at Goodwill anymore? I went to Goodwill with my sister just to look around, and the prices are out of control. There was a picture frame that was really cute, okay? It had our family tree with like little clips to put your pictures on, okay? Seeing all the prices in that store anyway, we were already like, this is crazy. I asked my sister, I said, take a guess what this costs, okay? Of course, she rounded up. She's like, $13. $25. What? A tie-dye t-shirt with a hole in it. Okay, I'm not lying. $8. With a hole. So I found some books and a pair of shoes, a decent pair of shoes. They were like $9, which is crazy. But I'm standing there and the lady's ringing up my stuff. Then she has the nerve to ask me if I wanted to round up to the nearest dollar to donate. You're already getting this stuff for free. Why am I okay, yes, I'll do it. Then she hands me my stuff back. No bag. She said, here, have a good day. We're not doing bags no more? No, we stopped doing bags. Excuse me? You jack up the prices. You ask for more money when we're paying. And you can't even give me a bag? Do you know how dumb I look coming out with all this stuff in my hand? Ridiculous. Ridiculous, that's what it is.
I have a serious question. How in the world are y'all affording groceries out here? I just left the grocery store and spent over $200, and what I'm looking in these bags, the math is not mathing. Something is not right. And when the world did cabbage start costing $4 for a small head of cabbage? And when the world did cereal start costing $9? I left that cereal right on the shelf because I don't even like cereal like that. I just had taste for some cornflakes and bananas. Don't judge me. I'm just saying I left it because no way in the world I was going to pay $10 for a box of cereal. What we supposed to be doing? What is going on? I did not know these prices was out here like that. Maybe that's because I don't go down these aisles, but the cabbage, y'all know y'all wrong. Even the bags of chips was $5. The big bag, y'all, I end up buying 2 small bags. No way in the world I'm about to spend $5 on a half a bag of Doritos. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with these prices. Feeling this grocery increase as well. I know I'm not the only person feeling this way.
Sometimes the best way to save money is just to sit the fuck down. Sit your ass down. See, that's some of our problems. Everybody got ADHD. Gotta be over here and you gotta be over there, spending money all the time. And look, if you got it like that, I ain't talking about you. Go ahead, big money. But the rest of us and all the shit you see on Instagram, TikTok, people living lavish and doing all kind of crazy stuff, be on credit cards and personal loans, not getting paid off for months. I know a girl right now, 3 kids, no baby daddy, she got a new car, and somehow she in Rome for the week on a warehouse salary. Now look, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just a little concerned. Hey, I'm just saying, if you going on vacation and you ain't paid your car note, don't be mad when you ain't got a car when you come back. Just imagine going to Disney World, the happiest place on earth, and financing a pair of Mickey ears for 25% interest. Are you really happy? And I used to be wondering how everybody able to go everywhere, do everything all the time, everybody. And now I got my answer. Credit cards, personal loans. Go look up the credit card debt statistic. It might scare you.
So the cost of living is going up. Everything is so expensive, including food. And the quality is going down. Let me show y'all something. This is April 20th. Today is Tuesday, April 9th. This is not cheap. This was like $6 for my daughter's school lunches, okay? Like, come on. Think about people who really are struggling right now. And they just want to get something, you know, that their kids can eat during the day. Why is this already getting fungus on it? It is April 9th. We're 11 days early. I just don't understand. And it's so frustrating because it's not just this, but this is just a symbol for everything. The fruits, the vegetables, everything is just trash.
Can someone please tell me how we are surviving in this economy? Because I am unsure. I went to the grocery store today and I'm just going to read you some of the items. I didn't go in for a lot. I didn't have a huge list. I needed rolls and some lunch meat for my husband. I got some yogurt, some milk, bread, 2 loaves. I got some cheese, some breakfast bars, and raspberries. Do you want to know what my bill was? $108.31. $108 for like not that many things. Listen, I do not live, like I'm a stay-at-home mom. I work per diem. I work at the hospital a couple days a week and I make a decent hourly wage when I do work. And my husband does not work a minimum wage job whatsoever. He works for a law firm. Like, he's director of marketing, but I don't understand how people who are living on like minimum wage, what are you doing? $108. This was not even my grocery trip for the week. This was literally like my quick, I need to grab some bread so I can make some sandwiches and I need some milk. And I'm just going to grab like a few things. Like, what are we doing?
Americans are broke. Let's just say it. Americans are broke. Not struggling a little, not cutting back on lattes, broke. People are working full-time jobs and still can't afford groceries, rent, or gas. Families are living paycheck to paycheck, if they even have a paycheck. Credit cards are maxed out. Savings? Gone. And the price of everything keeps going up while wages barely move. The worst part? Everyone's pretending it's normal. Like it's your fault for not budgeting better. Like $20 should still stretch the way it did in 2005. People aren't broke because they're irresponsible. They're broke because the system is broken. And if you're feeling like you're doing everything right but still falling behind, you're not alone. You're just living in America in 2025.
Uses to amaze me every time I go to the grocery store how expensive things have actually gotten. I'm going to show you what I got, and I want you to guess how much it was. Tell me, what do you think?
Okay, y'all, I am pissed. And yeah, I'm coming on here to talk to you guys about it. I'm so tired of being broke. I have done all the right things, and I am working as much as I can, being a single mom, trying not to take away more time away from my child. So I'm doing TikTok, and I am trying to do as many lives, but get enough sleep so I'm healthy for my child, but also find a time to work out, find a time for me. That's not including any of those things. And I just had to freaking take out a loan to buy groceries. Like, I had to use a firm and pay interest for my bare minimum fucking groceries. And you know what? For everybody that is going to be like, it's your fault for being a single mom. It's your fault for being in debt. It's not. Like, and I know that. I know it's not my fault, and I know I'm doing everything. But it doesn't make it any better. Like, the fact that for bare minimum groceries, I am now having to pay a monthly thing, and I had to make it the smallest amount because I don't have any extras. So I had to make it the small amount. So I'm going to be stretching this over a frickin' year and paying $12 extra each month because I don't have extra dollars. And then next month I'm going to be even more debt because now I have this added on top of it. But I'm going to need more groceries after this week to feed my son and I. Like, I don't get how people are surviving. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. And I know I'm not the only one. I needed to come on and say it. Okay. Thanks.